welcome you to the Bettye Davis African American Side Prayer Program.
We're going to hear from a lady that has been blessing Anchorage with her voice for over 20 years, the Reverend Dr. Rolanda Watson.
May we forever stand true to God and true to our native land. Yeah.
May the fire on my altar never burn out. May the fire on my altar never burn out. Make me a house of prayer.
I challenge you to remember Troy Davis, who, though in the shadows in the background of Bettye's tremendous ministry, were yet the steel and the fabric that kept her moving. I challenge you to remember Bettye's extensive and unending effort to try to bring about a difference in the state of Alaska and the Americas.
Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but the willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited.
I was privileged to be able to know Bettye Davis just a little bit. She combined a lot of the qualities that I think are sorely missing in politics today.
Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will act. He will bring forth your righteousness as the light.
We thank you, Lord God, for Sister Hodge, Lord God, that has stood forward, Sister Grout, and put this together, knowing that there is a need in our community, God, for strengthening in a sense of camaraderie.
Now, therefore, the Anchorage Municipal Assembly resolves to recognize the 2020 Bettye Davis African American Summit II and the vision and legacy of Senator Bettye Davis, passed and approved by the Anchorage Assembly the 28th day of January 2020.
Pray every way you know how, for everyone you know. Pray especially for rulers and their governments to rule well, so we can be quietly about our business of living simply in humble contemplation.
Thank you for all the participants in this service today, in this program, and we just pray your blessings, your favor, your protection, your peace, and wholeness over every single one. And though we leave this place, we never leave your presence, and for that we are most thankful. So we just bless everyone now that has been a part of this program and has attended and has prayed and spoken all of the things that were done today. We thank you for them in Jesus' name. Amen.
To bring you welcome and greetings today, we have our esteemed and wonderful superintendent. It is my pleasure to partner with her to deliver education in this community. So I present to you Dr. Dina Bishop.
This year, I want to share that the board is ready to roll out within the next couple months its goals, and those goals aren't about graduation rate. Graduation rate is a low ball for us. We want to ensure that our kids are ready for the workforce, ready for college, and ready for life.
But here's my deal. When looking at the situations that we face in our communities and the things that need to change, we cannot continue to do the same things over and over again and expect a different result. If there are some things in our communities that need to be changed, and we are continuing to do the same thing over again and confused as to why things are not changing, then here's my deal. If it ain't broke, break it.
Our call is to make sure as many people as we can, as possible, get registered, making sure we inform them on the issues and the candidates that support our interests before they vote, and then making sure they get to the polls.
It can't be a mystery by banks full of money, in jail controlling black and brown and poor white folks. Those who are not in jail are halfway around the world fighting wars for rich people that control 1% of the population, controls about, I'm gonna say upwards of 70% of the wealth. So they send young poor people to fight their wars so they can maintain their wealth.
I was very honored when I was reading her obituary, sad of course that she passed away, but honored when I read her obituary and it said in lieu of flowers to donate to go to the Future Business and Professional Women's Club. So with that, we are finally putting together our scholarship for adults.
This year, 2020, marks the 100th year anniversary of the passing of the 19th Amendment and the peak of the women's suffrage movement. 2020 also marks the 150th year anniversary of the 15th Amendment.
Senator Davis was a strong advocate for public education, children, and the underserved. And now, room 106, where these issues are addressed, and so appropriately and permanently called the Davis Room.
I'll just read a few words from this. This is honoring the second annual Bettye Davis African American Summit. The members of the 31st Alaska State Legislature take great pride in honoring the accomplishment of the Bettye Davis African American Summit.
You know, I was in the Capitol earlier this year, and I had a young gentleman, and he said, you know, Senator, I'm proud that you're here, and you give me hope to accomplish something better, because I see that I too can do something more, greater than what I'm doing now. And that's the message we need to start going out and delivering.
I want to call you to not just vote, but also to run for office. Y'all are leaders in your community, right?
All I say to you is from the musical Hamilton, smile more, talk less. Thank you very much. I want to take a quick second to honor and recognize now Senator Elby Gray Jackson, who lifted me up. And you know, if it wasn't for her insistence and for her asking me to run, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now. So really thank you, Senator Elby Gray Jackson.
Let me introduce them. I have Ms. Lafayette, and the bios I believe are in the brochure. Next to Ms. Lafayette, I've got Mr. Joshua Decker, who's the Executive Director for the ACLU. And I forgot to mention Ms. Lafayette is a partnership fellowship for the U.S. Census Bureau. Then he who does not need to be mentioned, Mr. Greg Salmon Butler. On Skype, we have Mr. Hillary O'Shelton, who serves as the Director of NAACP's Washington Bureau, Senior Vice President for Advocacy and Policy.
This is actually the NAACP's legislative report card for the first session of the 116th Congress. We graded every one of the 435 voting members of the House, including yours. All 100 voting members of the Senate, including your two. And indeed, if you grab this document, I think you'll be outraged at how your senators and congresspeople have not been living up to their promise and commitment to the Americans and the Alaskans.
Beginning March 12th, you can go on to the census website, 2020census.gov, and there will be a Respond Now button that is prominently displayed. And you can go there and fill out and complete your questionnaire. As I mentioned, we're encouraging everyone to complete the questionnaire online if at all possible, and as soon as you receive your invitation.
The state of Florida legislature tried to monkey around with this, and much like poll taxes, refused to let Floridians have the right to vote if they still owed fines or fees from their incarceration status. And so we at the ACLU sued, and just 2 weeks ago we were able to get the Court of Appeals for the part of the country in that southeast to strike down that requirement, so that now all Floridians, yes, absolutely, all Floridians are able to vote even if they still do owe any fines or fees from their history of incarceration.
We need leaders. We need boldness backed by education and research. And if you know Bettye, you know she was all about education. She was empowered to talk about and push even unpopular issues. And she understood that those issues need a voice, and that's what this forum is about. It's about hopefully encouraging us to go out and deal with what may be unpopular issues to support our community.
Now, let's move all the way up to 2024, where they project what has happened to the African American median household wealth. It's gone what? Folks, we have a problem, Houston, and we need to do something about it. Because they're projecting our worth will go down, and look at this, what's happening? It's gone what? The Europeans have gone up, and this gap, even one of the political candidates recently, and he was accurate, he said, we are worth way less than the rest of the world. He, in America particularly, he said we're about 10% compared to other races.
And think about this statement, this quote that Bettye Davis said. She said, sometimes the wheels of progress move very slow. She said, it takes a commitment to keep moving forward. She said, I've been a mentor for many years. We need to love ourselves and others, and then we need to work to improve the world, to leave it a better place for the people that follow. You have an obligation with what you have gained to reach back to the next generation and make sure you provide an opportunity for them to rise up as well. Thank you.
The person asked, what are the most important challenges facing you as a small business owner? These are some of the responses: attracting customers, financial stability, cash flow, costs, fees of running the business, having enough money for capital.
How do you make your community attractive to the new generation that is looking for communities that are vibrant, that are diverse, that are accepting, that have great arts, great outdoor spaces, great cultural centers, a vital downtown, a booming university district, all of these elements that we have real challenges with right now. And then let's just throw in the fact that we're 27% more expensive city to live in than the national average. So these are mountains we gotta climb. But you know what? Alaskans are pretty good at climbing mountains.
Yes, we are.
Thank you all for being here today. So we will jump right into the first topic we're going to cover are the racial and ethnic disparities in obstetrics and gynecology. And though we have definitely an expert on the field, I think that we'll hit several different things that intertwine with it. So, and I'll jump in with that with one that we can all speak on is postpartum depression.
When people have addiction, what they do when they have pain like that is they turn to whatever it is they turn to not feel that pain. So people numb themselves when they have that kind of pain. And one of the first things that we have to do is stop that behavior because there's along with the postpartum depression, which is a separate thing. When you have an addiction on top of it, you gotta start with stopping that behavior.
One thing about African Americans, there are things that was taken on, historical trauma that was passed on down. You begin to think about lynchings, or you think about whippings. That was something that was sort of passed down in our culture, and then parents said, oh, I'm gonna whip you. We sort of passed that down in our culture. We think, oh, it's good. So wait a minute, can I reason with my child? They was given a brain, so of course they can. So we begin to sit back and think, okay, I'm passing on some bad habits that I learned because that's what you were taught. You get a whipping when you do something wrong.
I think that, educating the population and then just, if you educate just not the mom, but also family members, bring your spouse or your mom or grandma to your prenatal appointments. Ask questions. And when you show up at the hospital, you have, knowing that and asking questions, you're really empowered and you kind of have an idea of what to look out for. Women that I work with, I can almost guarantee that at some point we're going to have a conversation about some childhood sexual trauma. What happens is people come in and they often will have I gained the weight, I lost the weight, I gained the weight, I lost the weight. And they go through this cycle again and again because they never actually address the trauma that has them going through this cycle.
Some people think that marijuana is okay, but there's so many impurities and things and components that they did another research. I wish I had my actual statistics, but there are some components. They said there are at least 420 components in marijuana, and they don't know what the sort of psychoactive impact that it has on individuals. Where they think, oh, I can do it, it's not harmful. But for me, the ones that I see, actually marijuana has produced psychosis in a great number of people that I see. They thought, oh, I was okay. I didn't think this was going to impact me.